You finally finish setting up your speakers. You sit back, you press play. And before the music even starts, you hear it. A faint shh, or maybe a buzzing, or a low electrical hum. It's not part of the song. It's not in the movie. It's coming from your speakers. And once you notice it, you can't unhear it. Today, we are breaking down why speakers hiss, what causes buzzing and humming, what ground loops actually are, why active and passive speakers behave differently, and most importantly, how to fix all of it. Whether you use desktop speakers, home theater systems, Bluetooth speakers, soundbars, or studio monitors, this guide will help you understand exactly what's happening inside your audio system and how to get back to clean, silent playback. Before fixing anything, you need to identify the type of noise you're hearing. Not all noise is the same, and each type has a different cause. Hiss sounds like air escaping, steam, or white noise. It is high frequency and constant. Buzz sounds sharper and more aggressive than hum. It often changes when you move cables or touch equipment. Hum is a low-frequency tone, usually around 50 or 60 hertz. Understanding which sound you hear is the first step toward fixing it. All electronic audio equipment produces noise. There is no such thing as a perfectly silent amplifier. Every amplifier, DAC, and preamp has what's called a noise floor, a baseline level of random electronic noise generated by components inside the circuit. When nothing is playing, this noise is still present. When the amplifier is turned up, that noise gets amplified too. That noise is what you hear as hiss. Hiss can come from the power amplifier, the preamp, the DAC or sound card, the audio interface, or the speaker's internal amplifier in active speakers. Even expensive audio gear has some noise. The difference is how well it hides it. Good audio gear keeps that noise extremely low, so it disappears into the background of your room. Cheap or poorly designed gear lets that noise become audible. Passive speakers have no electronics inside them. They are just drivers and crossover components. They cannot create hiss on their own. If your passive speakers hiss, the noise is coming from your amplifier, your receiver, your preamp, or your source device. The speaker is only revealing what it's being fed. Active speakers, on the other hand, have built-in amplifiers and crossovers. That means they always have some self-noise. Their internal electronics are always active, and their noise floor is always present. A high-quality active speaker will be nearly silent at normal listening distance. A cheaper active speaker may hiss even across the room. This is not a defect, it is a design limitation. Volume knobs control gain. Gain doesn't just amplify music, it amplifies everything. That includes circuit noise, background interference, and source noise. If your speaker or amplifier is turned up high and your source device is set low, the system is amplifying silence and revealing its noise floor. That's why many people hear hiss when using active speakers on a desktop, powered monitors with a quiet PC output, or Bluetooth receivers with low output voltage. The amplifier is working too hard for too little signal. Now let's talk about hum. A ground loop happens when two devices are connected to each other but grounded at different electrical points. This creates a loop of electrical current through the audio cables. That current leaks into the audio signal, and you hear it as a low-frequency hum. This is common with TVs connected to soundbars and cable boxes, PCs connected to powered speakers, AV receivers connected to multiple devices, game consoles connected to monitors and speakers, and laptops plugged into chargers while connected to audio systems. Anytime two devices share audio and power, a ground loop can form. Buzzing usually comes from interference. Your audio cables act like antennas. They can pick up Wi-Fi signals, Bluetooth radiation, power line noise, LED lighting noise, dimmer switch noise, laptop chargers, and cheap power adapters. This interference enters the audio signal and becomes audible. That's why buzzing often changes when you move cables, touch connectors, turn lights on or off, or move your phone near the speaker. Now let's fix it. Here is a systematic way to eliminate noise from any audio system. First, isolate the system. Disconnect everything. Leave only the speakers, the amplifier if you're using passive speakers, and power. If the noise is still there, the amplifier or speaker is the source. If the noise disappears, the problem is coming from one of the disconnected devices. Reconnect devices one at a time until the noise returns. Now you know which device is causing it. Next, fix your gain structure. For active speakers, turn the speaker volume down and turn your source volume up. For passive speakers, turn the amplifier down and increase source output. The goal is a strong signal going in and low amplification needed. This lowers the noise floor dramatically. Now check all your cables. Replace cheap RCA cables, old broken cables, and thin unshielded cables. Use short, well-shielded cables and balanced cables if available. Avoid running audio cables near power cables, coiling excess cable, or running cables near routers or chargers. Cable routing matters more than most people realize. Next, remove interference sources. Turn off LED lamps, dimmer switches, decorative lights, and cheap USB chargers. Move Wi-Fi routers away from audio gear. Move phones away from speakers. Move Bluetooth transmitters away from cables. Sometimes the noise is not your system, it's your room. Now eliminate ground loops. Plug all equipment into the same power strip. This ensures common grounding and no ground potential differences. If hum persists, use a ground loop isolator, optical audio connections, or USB isolators. Never remove ground pins from power plugs. That is dangerous. Now check power quality. Noisy power creates noisy audio. Avoid cheap extension cords, old power strips, and overloaded outlets. If your building has unstable power, use a power conditioner, a surge protector, or filtered power strips. Clean power equals clean audio. A small amount of hiss is normal. If you put your ear next to the speaker, listen in a silent room, or turn the volume up with no music, you will hear some noise. That is electronics. But from your listening position, you should not hear anything. If you do, something needs fixing. Noise is a problem when you hear it while music is playing, hear it from your seat. It distracts from movies or games. It changes when devices move, or it gets louder with lighting changes. At that point, the system is not behaving correctly. Budget speakers often use cheaper power supplies, low-cost amplifier chips, poor shielding, and minimal filtering. This leads to a higher noise floor, more interference pickup, and more grounding issues. Better speakers cost more because silence is expensive. Quiet electronics require better design, better components, and better power regulation. If you want truly silent speakers, choose well-reviewed amplifiers, high signal-to-noise DACs, properly grounded gear, and balanced connections when possible. Use short, shielded cables, clean power, and proper gain staging. Avoid cheap adapters, USB-powered DACs without isolation, unshielded cables, and cluttered wiring. A clean system is a quiet system. Good audio is not just about bass and volume. It is about what you don't hear. No hiss, no hum, no buzz, no noise. Just silence until the music starts. When your system is quiet, every detail becomes clearer. Every note becomes cleaner. Every voice becomes more natural. Once you experience a properly silent audio setup, you will never go back. And now you know exactly how to build one. If this guide helped you fix your speaker noise, hit subscribe. Here, we break down audio technology the right way. No hype, no marketing, just real-world sound. And if you still have noise in your system, drop your setup in the comments. We'll help you troubleshoot it.